How does the Quran heal anxiety? Remember how I was talking about fear and sadness, and how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said that there is no fear on them, nor shall they grieve. But it's interesting because Allah actually tells us this in another place in the Quran also. We are told the story of our beginning, right? Where did we start out? We started out in Jannah, right? Our father and mother, original father and mother, Adam and Hawa alayhimus salam, started in Jannah. And then we ended up coming to this life. In that process of coming from Jannah to this life, we went from a perfect life, a perfect world, to a lower life, dunya. It is the lower life. In this process, Allah tells us something in the Quran. When he told Adam to go down, he said that there will come to you a guidance from me, and whoever follows my guidance, فَلَا خَوْفٌ عَلَيْهِمْ وَلَا هُمْ يَحْزَنُونَ. There will be no fear on them, nor shall they grieve. You see, when you follow the guidance of Allah, you become healed from this, even in this life. From this paralyzing fear and paralyzing sadness and despair. That happens in this life before the next life. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives us a healing for our fears and our anxiety. What causes us to be afraid? What causes us to be afraid is the fact that we don't want to lose the things that we love, right? But let me ask you this question. What if I told you that you could go and seek protection from a king who was all-powerful, and that king would ensure that you would never lose your money, you would never lose anything valuable to you? Would you be afraid anymore? You would feel secure because now you have a protector, right? And this protector is very powerful. What if you entrusted someone with your money? Now, if the one who you entrusted isn't so reliable, are you going to continue to be afraid? Yes, if the person you entrusted is not reliable, you will continue to be afraid. You'll still have anxiety inside, right? But what if the person you have entrusted is extremely reliable and never ever would let you down? Then do you continue to have anxiety? Would you continue to be afraid? No. You see, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, one of His attributes is Al-Wakil. And Al-Wakil, the meaning of Al-Wakil is the trustee, the one who you have entrusted, the most trusted trustee, right? So if we entrust Allah, if we have our trust in Allah, we've already given everything to Him for Him to take care of. Would we still have anxiety inside? Afraid? The reason why we have anxiety is because of a deficiency in tawakkul, a deficiency in trust and dependence on Allah. What else do we become afraid of? We become afraid about losing our provision. We become afraid about losing or not getting our provision, right? So for example, we might sit and worry about what's going to happen to my children, what's going to happen about my business, you know, my money that I'm losing, am I making enough money in my, you know, this is the stuff that makes us afraid, that we stay up at night worrying about. But what if you knew that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the provider? And no matter what happens to you, whether you have money in the bank or you don't, Allah is still there. Would you still feel anxious inside? Because you know that your provider never stops. Your provision never stops. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala never sleeps and never gets tired. He is Ar-Razzaq.
الأرض ميدان